a woman accidentally dropped the coins from her wallet into the gap of the elevator. Several little girls stood right behind her. Their eyes were fixed on the scene, brimming with longing. At the same time, the descending elevator suddenly malfunctioned and became stuck in the shaft. Meanwhile, the elevator doors on the first floor swung open for no apparent reason. Downstairs, people saw that the elevator had broken down again. Without a second thought, they all chose to take the stairs. But as soon as the adults left, those little girls walked over, staring at the elevator shaft floor covered in coins. They immediately rushed in. What they never expected was that death had already silently drawn near. The previously stalled elevator suddenly plunged downward. Only one girl, quick-witted enough, managed to dash back out. When she turned to call for her companions, it was already too late. The other 3 girls died instantly on the spot, just when everyone assumed the surviving girl had been fortunate. Late that very night, the spirits of the 3 deceased girls sought her out. In the end, the sole survivor also fell down the elevator shaft, becoming the 4th vengeful spirit trapped within that elevator. The story took place in Indonesia in 1860. A journalist arrived at a remote cemetery on the outskirts under police escort, his presence reluctant. Only upon arrival did he learn exactly what news he was there to cover. Though he considered himself seasoned and worldly, the sight before him made his scalp crawl with horror. Inside the cemetery caretaker's quarters, nearly 100 rotting corpses had inexplicably appeared. Even more disturbing, every single corpse was in a kneeling posture, as if paying homage to a photograph of a woman hanging on the wall. As the police investigation progressed, the journalist learned an even more staggering detail. Based on the scene analysis, the police concluded these nearly 100 corpses did not appear to have been carried into the room by anyone. Instead, it seemed as though they had crawled out of their graves and made their way into the house on their own. Naturally, such a bizarre incident could not be publicly disclosed. Thus, the case was hastily closed. But the chief inspector in charge found the matter far too suspicious to ignore. That was why he secretly contacted his journalist friend, hoping the reporter would publish the story to draw public attention to the truth. Time passed in the blink of an eye, and it was soon 1950. After the journalist's report was published, it indeed caused a massive uproar. Yet the outcome was entirely different from what anyone had anticipated. The cemetery in question shut down shortly thereafter, and that chief inspector, who had spent years refusing to abandon his search for the truth, eventually took his own life at home under mysterious circumstances. After his death, the journalist received a registered letter from him. It contained the clues the inspector had gathered during his years of investigation. Though the letter did not state it explicitly, the journalist understood it was his dear friend's final wish. He wanted him to uncover the truth he himself had failed to find. But before the journalist could begin his investigation, the cemetery grounds took yet another turn. An unscrupulous property developer set his sights on the deserted graveyard. He purchased the land at an extremely low price, then erected a lone apartment block there on minimal costs. Though the location was remote and plagued by rumors of hauntings, the developer sold the units at rock-bottom prices. This drew in a large number of impoverished people who could not afford housing elsewhere. They moved in one after another. Yet every night, the entire building turned bleak and terrifying. Occasionally, faint whispers and laughter could still be